There's a doorway that opens every night just before you drift into sleep. Most people pass through it without noticing, unaware, dumb that in that moment they stand at the edge of a mirror, one that reflects their deepest truths back into reality. In that quiet sliver of time between consciousness and dreams, there is something powerful waiting to be activated, not with action, not with effort, but with two simple words. You see, the world doesn't always respond to what you do. It responds to what you believe, to what you expect in silence when no one's watching. And just before sleep, your mind becomes a fertile field, one where whatever you plant grows without resistance. This isn't about hope. It's about vibration. And every night, as your conscious mind surrenders, your subconscious mind awakens, open, receptive, ready to accept suggestions as commands. Those who understand this don't just fall asleep. They design their sleep. They know how to slip a seed into the soil of the subconscious, using nothing but intention, clarity, and two words charged with meaning. So if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but life still holds back, maybe it's not about doing more. Maybe it's about saying less, but saying it when it matters most. The subconscious mind is always listening. It doesn't sleep and it doesn't argue. It simply receives, translating your internal world into your external one, whether you're aware of it or not. Science confirms what ancient spiritual teachings have whispered for centuries. In the minutes before you fall asleep, your brain slips into a low-frequency state, bridging consciousness and the subconscious. This is when the doors open. This is when suggestion becomes command. What most people don't realize is that during this time, your conscious filters, the ones that normally block or question, begin to fade. Your doubts grow quiet. Your logic stops interfering. And in that soft, open state, your subconscious absorbs everything it hears, feels, and sees without resistance. It's no coincidence that people often dream about the last thing they thought of before sleep. Your mind doesn't separate fantasy from reality. It responds to emotion and repetition. That's why certain thoughts repeated at night carry an unusual weight. They sink deeper. They plant roots. This is the exact reason why the moment before sleep becomes sacred. It's the ideal window to program the life you desire, not by force, but through precision, through aligned energy, through words chosen with care and intention. Once you understand how the subconscious works, you begin to realize you don't need more hustle. You need more alignment. And the access point is right there every night, just before you close your eyes. Everything in this universe is vibration. From the cells in your body to the galaxies overhead, nothing is still. Every thought, every emotion, every word carries a frequency. And the words you speak, especially when charged with feeling, ripple out into the field of reality like invisible commands. You've probably heard it before, thoughts become things. But in truth, vibrations become things. And vibration is shaped not only by what you think, but by what you say, because words carry structure, direction, and emotion in ways thoughts alone do not. When you speak a word out loud, you give it life, you give it form. The sound waves leave your body, echo through space, and trigger matching vibrations in your mind and body. This is not just poetic, it's physics. Sound has measurable energy, and that energy impacts your state and your reality. Think of it like this. A thought is like a breeze, but a word is like wind through a canyon, amplified, directed, unforgettable. That's why affirmations, mantras, and prayer exist across all spiritual systems. Because when spoken with emotion, words don't just express reality, they help create it. Now imagine saying two words just before sleep, when your subconscious is wide open, when the veil between mind and matter is thinnest. Two words that vibrate in harmony with what you desire most, not just said but felt, repeated softly like a code unlocking a door. In that space, words become more than sound. They become signal. And the universe listens not to noise, but to resonance. By now you understand that words are more than sounds. They're frequencies. And when spoken at the right moment, in the right state, they bypass resistance and root themselves deep within the subconscious. But why just 2 words? Because simplicity penetrates. When the mind is quiet, when it's floating between sleep and wakefulness, it doesn't need explanations. It needs clarity, precision. 2 words become symbols, carriers of energy. They're not just definitions. They're vibrations wrapped in intention. So how do you choose them? You begin by asking yourself one question. What do I truly desire right now? Not what you think you should want, not what others expect from you, but what your soul aches for. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's health, abundance, purpose, peace. From there, isolate 2 words that represent those desires at their essence. Health, wealth, love, peace, power, confidence, joy, clarity. These are not just words, they are containers. When spoken with emotion, they summon the feeling of the future you want to experience. Let's say your heart longs for stability and connection. Your 2 words might be security and love. If you desire transformation and success, you might choose abundance and growth. The power lies in their meaning to you, how they make you feel when spoken in silence. Once chosen, these 2 words become your nightly ritual. Whisper them softly, like sacred codes. Let them echo in your mind as your body relaxes. Don't force the meaning. Feel it. Let the vibration of each word rise and fall naturally with your breath. Over time, your subconscious begins to associate sleep with intention. These 2 words become seeds, watered each night by your attention and nourished by your emotion. Slowly, quietly, they begin to bloom into form through circumstances, people, synchronicities that feel like accidents, but aren't. This is not just a bedtime routine, it's a spiritual technology, subtle yet powerful. A ritual that connects your inner world to the greater field of possibility every single night. Begin by slowing everything down. Dim the lights, breathe deeper. Let the noise of the day dissolve into stillness. This isn't about rushing to sleep, it's about preparing the soil. The subconscious listens best when you are calm, present, and emotionally open. Now, recall the 2 words you've chosen. Say them in your mind first. Then speak them aloud, slowly. Let each syllable carry weight. Feel the vibration in your chest, your throat, your entire being. These are not just words anymore. They are instructions being delivered to your inner architect. Visualize as you whisper. If your word is health, see your body glowing with vitality. If it's abundance, feel yourself surrounded by opportunity, freedom, wealth. But don't just see it. Live it in your imagination. Let the feeling rise. That emotion is the signal. That's what the subconscious remembers. Repeat the words gently as your body begins to surrender to sleep. There is no need to count or measure. Just allow them to fade into the silence with you. Let them be the last vibration your mind touches before letting go. And here's the mystery. You may fall asleep mid-repetition. That's perfect. In fact, it's ideal. Because as your conscious mind drifts away, your subconscious continues to echo the signal. The seed has been planted, beyond resistance, beyond logic. The more consistent you are with this ritual, the deeper it imprints. This isn't about results overnight. It's about vibrational alignment over time. Your reality bends not to wishful thinking, but to practiced energy, repetition, emotion, belief. These are the ingredients. When done with reverence, this ritual becomes more than a habit. It becomes a doorway, a portal to the version of you that already lives the life you're calling in. At first, it might seem like nothing's happening. You repeat the words, you fall asleep. The world looks the same, but quietly, invisibly, something begins to shift. You find yourself waking up lighter, more focused, less attached to the noise around you. Subtle synchronicities begin to appear. Unexpected messages, new people, opportunities that seem random but feel aligned. And you start realizing it's not random at all. Your energy has changed. Your frequency is no longer shaped by fear, doubt, or urgency, but by clarity and intention. The two words you've planted each night have taken root. They've begun reshaping the lens through which your subconscious perceives the world. Old patterns start to dissolve without effort. Habits that once held you back lose their grip. You begin making decisions from a place of confidence, not survival. You stop chasing and start attracting. And while others may still be trying to force outcomes through struggle, you've tapped into something deeper, something ancient. You're not pushing reality anymore. You're aligning with it. You're meeting your life with presence, trust, and command. This is the quiet transformation no one sees coming, a shift that starts not with action, but with awareness. With two words spoken in silence night after night, until the world reflects back exactly what you've always known you were meant for.